Jalen Brunson is unstoppable. It seems like every night he gets better. The guy just keeps showing up when it matters the most. He dropped 28 points, dished out 5 assists, grabbed 2 steals, had a block, and only 1 turnover. Just 1. That's efficiency at its finest. And once again, when the Raptors thought they had a chance to steal the game, Brunson slammed the door shut. Back-to-back games with dagger shots to ice the win? That's not just clutch, that's cold-blooded. The Knicks pulled out a 121-115 win. And while it was a team effort, let's not pretend we don't know who made sure the victory was sealed. The Raptors were creeping back, the momentum was shifting, and it felt like Toronto was about to pull off the comeback. But Brunson had other plans. He got the ball in those final moments and just went to work. That shot right before his three-pointer, that was the real backbreaker. The 3 was just the exclamation point. He's not just hitting big shots. He's hitting the biggest shots when they matter the most. And it's not a one-game thing. Look at his last 10 games. 27.7 points per game, 7.3 assists, shooting 52% from the field, and 45% from beyond the arc. That's not just good, that's elite, that's superstar production. The Knicks are 8-2 in that stretch, and guess what? Brunson's been the engine, driving it all. His scoring, his playmaking, his leadership, it's all clicking. This isn't a hot streak, this is who he is now. What's wild is how he's doing it with such poise. It's like nothing rattles him. The pressure gets higher, and he gets better. That's rare. He's not forcing shots. He's making the right plays, taking what the defense gives him, and still managing to hit those impossible, back-breaking daggers. That's the mark of a true closer. When the game's on the line, Brunson wants the ball, and the Knicks want him to have it. That confidence is contagious. He's absolutely got to be in the conversation for Clutch Player of the Year. Back-to-back dagger 3s in crunch time? That's not just impressive. That's legendary stuff. It's not just about hitting big shots. It's about the timing, the situation, the stakes. Brunson's been thriving in those moments. The Knicks have found their guy, and he's proving it night after night. What stands out the most is how effortless he makes it look. Some players get tight in those late game situations, but not Brunson. He stays calm, cool, and collected, reading the defense, picking his spots, and executing to perfection. It's like he's built for those moments. And honestly, watching him perform like this is just fun. You know when the game's close, he's about to put on a show. This stretch isn't just about numbers, it's about impact. Every time the Knicks need a bucket, he's there. Every time the momentum starts to slip, he grabs it back. That's what makes him special. It's not just scoring 28 points, it's scoring them when they matter most. It's not just dishing out 5 assists, it's making the right pass at the right time. It's not just about stats, it's about controlling the game, and that's exactly what he's doing. The Knicks' success during this run isn't a coincidence. It's directly tied to Brunson's dominance. His leadership on and off the court has elevated the team. You can see the confidence spreading throughout the roster. When your best player is performing like this, it sets the tone. It's not just about what he's doing individually, it's about how he's making everyone around him better. And the thing is, this was right after his historic night last night. Against Houston, he dropped 42 points, grabbed 6 rebounds, dished out 10 assists, and snatched 2 steals. That's elite production against a team sitting as the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. The Knicks found themselves down by 11 points heading into the 4th quarter, and things looked rough. Amen Thompson was lighting up the defense, especially with OG out of the lineup. The Knicks were struggling badly from beyond the arc, and it felt like the game was slipping away. But then Brunson decided enough was enough. By the way, if you guys enjoy these deep dives, I'll be posting every day during the season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, Brunson. He completely flipped the script in the 4th quarter. The Knicks outscored the Rockets 46-29, and guess who was right in the middle of that surge? Brunson. He scored 7 straight points late in the quarter, turning a tight game into a Knicks lead at 118-114. That stretch wasn't just scoring, it was controlling the game, dictating the pace, and making sure the Knicks stayed in command. Then came the defensive play that sealed the deal. Brunson stripped Thompson clean, securing a critical possession when the Knicks needed it most. It wasn't just about scoring, it was about making winning plays on both ends of the floor. After that steal, he got fouled, stepped to the line, and calmly knocked down both free throws. That made it 9 straight points for him and pushed the lead to 120-116 with just over 21 seconds left. That was all the Knicks needed to lock in the win. Brunson led all scorers with 42 points, and those 10 assists weren't just empty numbers. They were timely, smart passes that set up his teammates perfectly. What's wild is how efficient he was. He's now one of only 2 guards this season to record a game with 40 or more points, 10 or more assists, and shoot over 50% from the field. The other, Luka. That's the company he's keeping right now, and it speaks volumes about the level he's playing at. This wasn't just a big game, it was a statement. The Rockets are one of the best teams in the league this season, and Brunson dismantled them in the clutch. He didn't just play well, he took over when it mattered most. That ability to shift into another gear in the fourth quarter is what separates great players from good ones. Brunson's got that gear, and he's showing it night after night. With this performance, Brunson moved into third place all-time in Knicks history for regular season 40-point games, passing Carmelo Anthony. Think about that for a second. The Knicks have had some legendary scorers, and Brunson's carving his name into that history with performances like this. 18 40-point games in the regular season. That's not just impressive, that's historic. His impact goes beyond the box score. When the Knicks were down by double digits, it was Brunson's poise and confidence that kept them afloat. He didn't panic. He didn't force bad shots. He trusted his game, trusted his teammates, and made every possession count. That calm under pressure is what makes him such a special player. And let's talk about his scoring versatility. He wasn't just hitting one type of shot. He attacked the rim, pulled up for mid-range jumpers, and knocked down clutch free throws. His footwork, balance, and ability to create space are elite. He can get to his spots whenever he wants, and when he's locked in like that, there's not much the defense can do to stop him. But when you dive into the numbers, it's really special how great he's been this season as a whole. He's averaging 26 points per game, which ranks him 9th in the entire league. That's not just good, that's elite scoring territory. And he's not just chucking shots to get there. He's doing it with incredible efficiency. His field goal percentage is 48.9%, placing him 47th overall, which is wild considering how much of the offensive load he carries. When it comes to playmaking, Brunson's dishing out 7.6 assists per game, ranking 8th in the league. That's not just solid, that's top-tier playmaking, showing how he balances scoring with setting up his teammates. And even though he's not known for rebounding, he's still pulling down 2.9 boards per game, which adds to his all-around impact. Now let's talk clutch. Brunson's been one of the most clutch players in the league this season. He's made 24 field goals in clutch situations, ranking 7th overall. The only guys ahead of him are Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum, Fox, Tyrese Maxey, DeMar DeRozan, and Anthony Edwards. That's some serious company, and Brunson's right there with them, proving he thrives when the pressure's on. But it doesn't stop there. He's got the highest usage rate in the clutch at 48.1%. That means almost half of the Knicks' clutch possessions run through him. That's insane. It shows just how much the team relies on him to deliver when it matters most. And he's been answering the call every single time. His efficiency in isolation situations is just as impressive. He's got an effective field goal percentage of 54.6% on ISOs, which ranks 4th in the league. The only players ahead of him are Kevin Durant, Luka, and Zach LaVine. That's elite company, and Brunson's proving he belongs right there with the best scorers in the game. When it comes to points per possession on ISOs, Brunson's tied for 3rd with Kevin Durant, both averaging 1.10 points per possession. Only Jason Tatum and Zach LaVine are ahead of them. That's not just efficient, that's elite scoring at its finest. It shows how deadly Brunson is when he's got the ball in his hands and a defender in front of him. And get this, Brunson is 5th in the entire NBA in total points scored this season. That's not a fluke. That's the result of consistent, high-level production game after game. He's been a scoring machine, and it's not just because he takes a lot of shots. It's because he knows how to get to his spots, create separation, and finish efficiently. What's even more impressive is how he's doing all of this while carrying such a heavy offensive load. He's not just putting up numbers in garbage time or when the game's already decided. He's doing it when the pressure's at its highest, when the Knicks need him the most. That's what separates good players from great ones. Brunson's ability to score efficiently, distribute the ball, and perform in the clutch makes him one of the most valuable players in the league right now. His stats aren't just impressive, they're historic. The combination of scoring, playmaking, and clutch performance he's shown this season puts him in rare company. The numbers don't lie. 26 points per game, 7th in clutch field. Goals made, 1st in clutch usage rate, 4th in ISO efficiency. Tied for 3rd in ISO points per possession, and 5th in total point. That's an MVP caliber stat line, and Brunson's been delivering like this all season long. But then if you dive into the advanced stats, you see it even further. Let's start with scoring. He's putting up 26 points per game, which puts him ahead of more than 63% of players in the league. That's not just impressive, that's elite, especially for a 6'1" guard. Scoring at that volume, with the kind of efficiency he's showing, is what separates good players from great ones. Let's talk about his effective field goal percentage, which sits at 55.3%. That stat isn't just about how many shots he makes. It adjusts for the fact that 3-pointers are worth more than 2s, and Brunson's EFG is higher than 98% of players in the league. That's wild. It means he's not just scoring a lot, he's doing it efficiently, making the most out of every shot he takes. Now, looking at his points per field goal, he's averaging 1.1 points for every shot he puts up. That's a strong indicator of just how effective he is with the ball. He's not out there wasting possessions or taking bad shots. Every time he shoots, there's a high chance it's going to result in points. That's the kind of efficiency coaches dream about. When it comes to breaking down his scoring, he's averaging 6.7 made two-pointers and 2.3 made three-pointers per game. That balance shows how versatile his scoring is. He's not relying on just one part of the court, he's getting buckets from everywhere. And with 18.4 field goal attempts per game, he's doing all this without being a volume chucker. He picks his spots, gets to his spots, and delivers. His true shooting percentage is another stat that jumps off the page. He's sitting at 60.3%, which measures his overall scoring efficiency, including free throws. That's better than 75% of players in the league. It's not just about hitting shots from the field. It's about how efficiently he's converting all his scoring opportunities. That includes trips to the free throw line, where he's been money. Speaking of free throws, he's averaging 7 attempts per game. That's a lot for a guard, especially one his size. It shows how aggressive he is, how often he's getting into the paint, drawing contact, and earning those easy points. And because he's such a good free throw shooter, those trips to the line are basically automatic points. When you put it all together, 26 points per game, 55.3% effective field goal percentage, 60.3% true shooting percentage, and 7 free throw attempts per game. It paints the picture of one of the most efficient, high-volume scorers in the league. And he's doing this as a 6'1" guard, which makes it even more impressive. Brunson's ability to score efficiently on high usage is rare. Most players see their efficiency drop when their usage goes up because they're taking tougher shots, but not Brunson. He's maintained elite efficiency while being the focal point of the offense. That's not easy to do. It speaks to his skill set, his shot selection, and his ability to create high-quality looks for himself. His points per scoring attempt, sitting at 1.2, is another stat that highlights just how good he's been. It means every time he's involved in a scoring play, whether it's a shot or a trip to the free throw line, he's averaging more than a point. That's elite territory, especially for someone handling the ball as much as he does. What's really fun to see is how he's been able to blend efficiency with volume. A lot of players can score efficiently in limited roles, but Brunson's doing it as the primary scorer, taking 18.4 shots per game. That combination of volume and efficiency is rare, and it's why he's been so dominant this season. His advanced stats show a player who's mastered the art of scoring. He knows how to get to his spots, how to create separation, and how to finish, whether it's at the rim, in the mid-range, or from deep. And he's doing it all while drawing contact, getting to the free throw line, and converting at a high rate. Brunson's scoring profile is the kind of thing you'd expect from a superstar, and that's exactly what he's been this season. He's not just putting up big numbers, he's doing it with efficiency that rivals the best in the game. His effective field goal percentage, true shooting percentage, points per scoring attempt, and free throw rate all point to a player who's figured out how to maximize every possession. He's not wasting opportunities. Every time he has the ball, he's a threat to score efficiently. And it's not like he's just padding stats against weak competition. These numbers are holding up against top defenses in high-pressure situations, night after night. His consistency is off the charts, and that's what makes his advanced stats even more impressive. Jalen Brunson's advanced scoring stats tell the story of a player who's operating at an elite level. 26 points per game, 1.1 points per field goal, 60.3% true shooting, and 7 trips to the free throw line per game. It all adds up to one of the most efficient, high-volume scorers in the league. Watching him play, you can see how these numbers come to life. He's always in control, always making smart decisions, and always finding ways to score efficiently. That combination of skill, smarts, and efficiency is what makes him one of the best in the game right now. But then we can do the same for his team stats. Starting with his mixed teamwork score, he's ranked higher than 85% of players in the league. That's not just solid, that's elite. It shows how much of an impact he has on his team's success every time he steps on the floor. Let's dive into his offensive rating, which is sitting at 121.3. That number measures how many points his team scores per 100 possessions when he's on the court. To put it simply, when Brunson's out there, the offense is cooking. His ability to create plays, score efficiently, and get his teammates involved is driving one of the most effective offenses in the league. On the defensive side, his rating is 116.1. Now, while that's not as dominant as his offensive rating, it's still solid, especially considering the offensive load he carries. Defense is often about team effort, and even though he's not locking down every opponent, he's holding his own while being the engine of the offense, balancing Both ends of the floor like that is no easy task. Now, the net rating is where things get really interesting. Brunson's net rating is plus 5.3. That's the difference between his offensive and defensive ratings. And it shows that when he's on the court, the Knicks are outscoring their opponents by over 5 points per 100 possessions. That's a big deal. It means his presence is directly contributing to winning basketball, creating positive margins for his team game after game. One of the most telling stats is his games with a positive plus minus. He's sitting at 53.1%, meaning more than half the time he steps on the court, the Knicks outscore their opponents while he's playing. That consistency is a testament to how reliable he is. It's not just about having big games here and there, it's about consistently making an impact. And Brunson does that every night. The on-off stats are another indicator of his value. The team's point difference when he's on the court compared to when he's off is plus 2.1. That means the Knicks are over 2 points better per 100 possessions when Brunson is playing. It might not sound huge, but over the course of a season, that adds up to a significant impact. It shows how much the team relies on his presence to maintain their performance. These teamwork stats highlight how Brunson isn't just an individual star, he's a player who makes everyone around him better. His offensive rating shows how he drives the team's scoring. His net rating reflects his overall impact, and the plus-minus numbers prove that his contributions consistently lead to winning basketball. What's really impressive is how these numbers hold up across different games and situations. Whether the Knicks are facing tough competition or playing against lower-tier teams, Brunson's impact remains strong. His ability to influence the game on both ends of the floor, even while carrying such a heavy offensive load, is rare. Brunson's leadership on the court is a big reason behind these stats. He's not just scoring and dishing out assists, he's controlling the tempo, making smart decisions, and keeping the team organized. That kind of leadership doesn't always show up in the box score, but it's reflected in stats like net rating and plus minus. The Knicks play better, more efficient basketball when he's leading the way. His offensive rating of 121.3 is especially impressive when you consider the Knicks' style of play. They rely heavily on Brunson to create offense, both for himself and his teammates. The fact that the team's offense is so efficient with him at the helm speaks to his ability to generate high-quality scoring opportunities. Whether it's through pick and rolls, isolation plays, or drive and kick situations, Brunson's making it all work. Defensively, while 116.1 isn't elite, it's solid for a player who's tasked with so much on offense. It shows that he's not a liability on that end, and he's contributing to team defense in meaningful ways. Plus, his positive net rating proves that any defensive shortcomings are more than made up for by his offensive brilliance. The plus-minus stat is one of my favorites because it's such a straightforward measure of impact. 53.1% of games with a positive plus-minus, that's consistency. It means that in the majority of games, Brunson's minutes are winning minutes. Coaches love players like that because it's not just about individual stats, it's about whether the team is better when you're on the court. And with Brunson, the answer is clearly yes. The on-off numbers add another layer to the story. A plus 2.1 difference might not seem massive at first glance, but it's actually a big deal. It means the Knicks are significantly better with him on the floor. That gap shows how much he drives the team's success, and it highlights the drop-off when he's not in the game. That's the kind of stat that front offices and coaching staffs pay close attention to, because it speaks to a player's true value. When you put all these stats together, you get a clear picture of Brunson's impact. He's not just a high scorer, he's a player who lifts his entire team. His offensive rating shows how he boosts the Knicks' scoring efficiency. His net rating reflects how much better the team performs overall when he's playing, and his plus-minus numbers prove that his presence leads to wins. His teamwork stats are a perfect complement to his scoring stats. It's one thing to put up big numbers, but it's another to do it in a way that consistently helps your team win. Brunson's doing both, and that's what makes him such a special player this season. But then I want to look at his passing, because he's become a great passer. His ball handling ability is ranked higher than 98% of players in the league. That's not just good, it's elite. He's the kind of player you can trust with the ball in his hands, and the numbers prove it. His ability to control the offense, manage tempo, and create opportunities is on another level. Starting with his assists, he's averaging 7.6 per game. That's a massive number, especially for someone who's also putting up big scoring numbers. It shows he's not just looking to get his own shots, he's actively creating for his teammates. The balance between scoring and playmaking is what makes him such a dynamic threat. Every possession feels dangerous when he's running the show because he can hurt you in so many ways. His assist percentage is 32.6%, which ranks higher than 96% of players in the league. That means nearly 1/3 of his team's field goals while he's on the floor come directly from his passes. That's an insane level of influence on the offense. It's not just about getting assists, it's about how often he's the reason the team scores. Brunson's fingerprints are all over the Knicks offense. Now let's talk about the points he's directly responsible for through his passing. He's assisting on 17.9 points per game. Combine that with his own scoring, and you realize just how much of the team's offense flows through him. He's not just adding value with his buckets, he's setting up nearly 18 points per game for his teammates. That's the kind of production you expect from an elite floor general. What's even more impressive is how well he takes care of the ball. He's averaging just 2.5 turnovers per game, which is incredibly low considering how much he handles the ball. That's where his turnover percentage really stands out. At 7.74%, it's better than 77% of players in the league. That stat measures how often he turns the ball over per 100 actions that end a play, like a shot or a turnover. Keeping that number so low while being the primary ball handler is elite. It shows he's making smart decisions, even under pressure. When you look at his scoring attempts, which sit at 21.6 per game, it's clear he's heavily involved in the offense. The fact that he's balancing that volume of scoring attempts with elite level passing and low turnovers is rare. Most players either focus on scoring or playmaking, but Brunson's doing both at an incredibly high level without sacrificing efficiency. His ball handling ranking tells the story of someone who's not just good at dribbling, but is elite at managing the flow of the game. Being ranked higher than 98% of players means he's in the top tier of playmakers in the league. That skill set allows him to break down defenses, create space, and find open teammates with ease. Brunson's assist numbers aren't just empty stats. They're a reflection of his basketball IQ. He knows when to push the pace, when to slow things down, and when to find the right teammate at the right time. His passing isn't flashy, but it's incredibly effective. He makes the simple play look easy, and that's what keeps the offense running smoothly. His turnover percentage being under 8% is one of the most impressive parts of his passing profile. It shows that even though he's handling the ball on nearly every possession, he's rarely making mistakes. That kind of reliability is invaluable, especially in close games, where every possession matters. Brunson's passing impact goes beyond just the assists. His ability to control the game, keep the ball moving, and make quick decisions keeps the defense on its heels. Opposing teams can't just focus on stopping his scoring, because if they do, he'll pick them apart with his passing. That dual threat ability is what makes him so hard to guard. The points he's assisting on, 17.9 per game, are a huge part of the Knicks' offensive success. Those aren't just easy passes either. He's creating scoring opportunities through his vision, timing, and ability to read the defense. Whether it's finding a cutter, kicking out to an open shooter, or threading the needle in traffic, Brunson's passing is precise and effective. What really stands out is his efficiency in managing the offense. With 21.6 scoring attempts per game, he's constantly in attack mode, but he's not reckless. His decision-making is sharp, and that's why his assist-to-turnover ratio is so strong. He knows when to take risks and when to play it safe, and that balance is what makes him an elite point guard. His passing stats also highlight his consistency. He's not just having a few great games here and there. He's delivering at this level night after night. That reliability is what separates good playmakers from great ones. Brunson's ability to consistently generate assists while minimizing turnovers is a testament to his work ethic and basketball IQ. Brunson's ball handling and passing numbers are proof of how much he's grown as a playmaker. He's not just a scorer who can pass, he's a true floor general who understands how to control the game. His high assist percentage, low turnover rate, and elite ball handling ability show that he's one of the best in the league at running an offense. But then I want to look at his usage. His usage rate sits at 29.7%, which is higher than 94% of players in the league. That means nearly 1/3 of all offensive plays end with him taking a shot, getting to the free throw line, dishing out an assist, or committing a turnover. That's an insane workload, and he's handling it like a pro. Let's break down the actions he's taking each game. He's averaging 18.4 field goal attempts, 7 free throw attempts, 7.6 assists, and just 2.5 turnovers. That's a massive amount of offensive responsibility. It shows how much the Knicks rely on him to make things happen, whether it's scoring, creating for others, or managing the offense under pressure. With 71.4 possessions played per game, Brunson's involved in almost every critical moment on offense. He's not just touching the ball, he's making key decisions that drive the team's success. That level of involvement requires not just skill, but incredible stamina, focus, and basketball IQ. He's the engine that keeps the Knicks offense running smoothly. His usage rate of 29.7% highlights how central he is to the Knicks system. When nearly a third of your team's possessions run through one player, it says a lot about their importance. Brunson isn't just part of the offense, he is the offense. And the best part, he's thriving under that pressure, consistently delivering game after game. The balance between his shot attempts, free throw trips, assists, and low turnovers is what makes his usage so impressive. He's taking 18.4 shots per game, which is a high volume, but he's doing it efficiently. Add in 7 free throw attempts, and you see how aggressive he is, constantly putting pressure on the defense. Yet, despite all that, he's still finding ways to create for his teammates with over 7 assists per game. What's even more impressive is how low his turnover numbers are, considering his usage rate. Only 2.5 turnovers per game while handling the ball as much as he does. That's elite. Most high usage players tend to rack up turnovers because they're making so many plays, but Brunson's decision making is sharp, and he rarely makes careless mistakes. His ability to manage such a heavy workload without sacrificing efficiency or control is rare. The combination of high usage and low turnovers is something you don't see often, especially from guards. It speaks to his skill set and basketball IQ. He knows when to attack, when to pass, and when to pull back. That level of control is what separates good players from great ones. Brunson's usage stats also highlight his versatility. He's not just a scorer or a passer. He's doing both at an elite level, whether he's creating his own shot, getting to the line, setting up a teammate, or managing the offense in the half court. He's constantly impacting the game. His ability to excel in multiple roles within the offense makes him incredibly valuable. The 71.4 possessions he plays per game show just how much he's involved in the flow of the game. That's not just a number, it's a testament to his endurance and consistency. He's out there for the majority of the game, taking on the toughest assignments and still performing at a high level from start to finish. His usage rate being higher than 94% of players means he's handling the kind of workload usually reserved for MVP caliber players. And he's not just surviving under that load, he's thriving. The Knicks rely on him to initiate the offense, create scoring opportunities, and close out games. That's a lot to ask of one player, but Brunson's been up to the challenge all season long. What's really impressive is how he's maintained his efficiency despite the high usage. Most players see their shooting percentages dip when their usage goes up because they're taking more difficult shots, but not Brunson. He's managed to keep his shooting numbers strong, his assists high, and his turnovers low. That's the mark of a truly elite offensive player. His usage also speaks to his leadership on the court. When the game is on the line, the ball is in his hands. That level of trust from the coaching staff and his teammates is earned through consistent, high-level play. Brunson's not just a player who gets stats, he's the guy the team relies on to make winning plays. The mix of field goal attempts, free throw attempts, assists, and low turnovers shows how well-rounded his offensive game is. He's aggressive when he needs to be, unselfish when the situation calls for it, and always in control. That's a rare combination, especially for a player who handles the ball as much as he does. Brunson's usage stats also highlight how much pressure he puts on opposing defenses. With nearly 30% of the offense running through him, teams have to constantly adjust to his presence. Whether he's scoring, passing, or drawing fouls, he's always forcing the defense to react. That kind of impact goes beyond the box score. It's about how much he influences the game every time he steps on the court. His ability to handle such a high usage rate without wearing down over the course of the season is a testament to his conditioning and mental toughness. Playing at this level, night after night, requires more than just talent. It takes discipline, focus, and a relentless work ethic. Brunson's got all of that, and it shows in his performance. When you combine his usage stats with his scoring and passing numbers, it's clear that he's one of the most complete offensive players in the league. He's not just a volume shooter or a pass-first guard. He's a do-it-all offensive powerhouse who can score, facilitate, and lead his team with equal effectiveness. The fact that he's involved in nearly 71 possessions per game while maintaining efficiency and low turnovers is incredible. That level of involvement usually leads to fatigue and mistakes, but Brunson's consistency has been remarkable. He's the heartbeat of the Knicks offense, and the stats back it up. Brunson's usage stats tell the story of a player who's central to everything his team does. Whether it's scoring, passing, or managing the game, he's at the heart of the action. His ability to handle that responsibility with such poise and efficiency is what makes him one of the best in the league. The combination of high usage, efficient scoring, elite playmaking, and low turnovers is rare. It's the kind of statistical profile you see from the game's best players. Brunson's numbers aren't just impressive, they're historic. He's doing things few players can, and he's doing them consistently. Overall though, Jalen Brunson's been nothing short of phenomenal this season, and his impact on the Knicks is undeniable. Every time he steps on the floor, he elevates the entire team. His leadership, versatility, and consistency have transformed the Knicks into a legitimate contender, and his ability to adapt his game shows just how special he is. What's even more impressive is how he's managed to evolve as both a scorer and a playmaker, seamlessly adjusting to the team's needs without sacrificing efficiency. This season, Brunson has shown that he's more than just an elite scorer. With the addition of Karl-Anthony Towns this offseason, Brunson's embraced the role of a facilitator even more, becoming a dynamic passer while still maintaining his scoring prowess. It's not easy for a player to shift gears like that, especially after establishing himself as a primary scoring option. But Brunson's basketball IQ, unselfishness, and adaptability have allowed him to thrive in both roles. His assists have gone up, his decision-making has been razor sharp, and yet he's still putting up efficient scoring numbers that rival the league's best. The chemistry he's developed with Towns has been incredible to watch. Brunson's ability to read the floor, anticipate defensive rotations, and find Towns in the right spots has added a new dimension to the Knicks' offense. But what really stands out is how Brunson's done all this without losing his scoring touch. His efficiency remains elite, showing that he doesn't need to dominate the ball to make a huge impact. Whether he's setting up teammates or getting buckets himself, Brunson's presence makes the Knicks' offense hum. Every possession feels more controlled when Brunson's on the floor. His poise under pressure, ability to manage the game's tempo, and knack for making the right play at the right time are what make him one of the league's most valuable players. He's not just putting up numbers, he's making winning plays, night in and night out. That's the mark of a true superstar. It's been fascinating to watch how his role has evolved throughout the season. He's shown that he can be the primary scorer when needed, but he's also more than capable of being the floor general, creating opportunities for his teammates and orchestrating the offense with precision. This balance has made the Knicks more versatile and harder to defend, and it's a big reason why they've been so successful this year. Brunson's efficiency is another aspect that can't be overlooked. Despite taking on more playmaking duties, his shooting percentages have remained elite. He's scoring at an incredibly efficient rate, whether it's from mid-range, beyond the arc, or at the free throw line. His ability to maintain this level of efficiency while handling such a large offensive workload is rare, and it speaks to his skill set and work ethic. The conversation around all NBA selections is heating up, and Brunson absolutely deserves to be in the mix for the first team. The locks seem to be Nikola Jokic, Giannis, and SGA, but those last two spots are where things get interesting. Jason Tatum, Wemby, and Brunson are all having incredible seasons, and it's going to be tough to choose between them. What sets Brunson apart in this conversation is his consistency and impact. He's been the driving force behind one of the top teams in the league, leading with both his play and his leadership. His ability to adapt, improve, and elevate his game, even with new pieces like Towns in the mix, shows that he's not just having a great season, he's becoming one of the best players in the league. Tatum's had a phenomenal year, and Wemby has been a revelation for the Spurs. But Brunson's blend of scoring, playmaking, efficiency, and leadership makes a compelling case for that all-NBA first-team spot. He's been the heart and soul of the Knicks, and his impact goes beyond the box score. The Knicks are simply a better team when he's on the floor, and that's the ultimate measure of a player's value. His growth this season has been remarkable. He's shown that he can adjust his game to fit the team's needs without missing a beat. Whether it's taking over as the primary scorer, running the offense, or stepping up in clutch moments, Brunson has delivered every time. His ability to elevate not just his own game, but the performance of his teammates is what makes him truly special. Watching Brunson this season has been like watching a master at work. Every decision he makes seems calculated, every move purposeful. He's always a step ahead, reading the defense, finding the open man, or creating his own shot with ease. His footwork, ball handling, and basketball IQ are all elite, and they've been on full display all season long. What's even more impressive is how he's managed to stay consistent, even with the added pressure of being the team's leader. Night after night, he brings the same intensity, focus, and determination. That kind of consistency is rare, and it's a big reason why the Knicks have been so successful this season. Brunson's impact isn't just felt on the offensive end either. His leadership, toughness, and competitive spirit set the tone for the entire team. He's the kind of player who leads by example, showing his teammates what it means to compete at the highest level. His work ethic is contagious, and it's helped create a culture of accountability and excellence within the Knicks organization. As the season comes to a close and the All-NBA discussions heat up, Brunson's name deserves to be right there at the top. His numbers are elite, his impact undeniable, and his leadership invaluable. He's been the engine that drives the Knicks, and his ability to elevate the team every time he's on the floor is what makes him special. Whether he makes the All-NBA first team or not, there's no denying the season he's had. He's taken his game to new heights, embraced new challenges, and proven that he's one of the best players in the league. His ability to adapt, lead, and perform at an elite level is what separates him from the rest. Brunson's been a revelation for the Knicks, and his growth this season has been incredible to watch. He's shown that he can be both a scorer and a playmaker, a leader and a closer. His ability to excel in multiple roles, adapt to new teammates, and maintain his efficiency is what makes him one of the most valuable players in the league. The Knicks are lucky to have him, and his impact will be felt for years to come. Brunson's not just having a great season, he's cementing his place among the league's elite. His journey, growth, and performance this season are a testament to his talent, work ethic, and determination. No matter what happens with the All-NBA selections, Jalen Brunson has proven that he's one of the best in the game, and his future is brighter than ever. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll be posting every day during this season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.